your MC for today's forum. Nice to meet you.
네, 2021 DMZ 평화협력 국제포럼에 참석해주신 참석자 여러분들
I'd like to extend my gratitude to all participants and those of us watching us on YouTube for the DMZ Global Forum 2021. The fourth DMZ Global Forum 2021 is being organized by the Ministry of Unification in order to raise awareness on the establishment of international peace zone in the DMZ and explore ways for international cooperation for the development of the border area. As you have just seen in the video, we're living in this era of climate change. The South and the North share the single sky and the land, sharing the single climate and ecosystem, and they have to explore ways to respond to disasters in the border area and the DMZ. I believe today's forum will be an opportunity to explore issues on responding to disasters in the border area and find ways for inter-Korean cooperation based on sustainability. Today's forum is being organized in offline and online and broadcast live on the YouTube channel of the Ministry of Unification. Now we'll start the DMZ Global Forum 2021. First of all, we'll invite Vice Minister Choi Young-jun of the Ministry of Unification for his opening remarks. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Choi Young-jun, Vice Minister of Ministry of Unification. Let me first of all extend my sincere welcome to everyone joining us for this 2021 DMZ Global Forum on Peace Economy. Especially my thanks goes to the Vice Governor Choi Bok-soo of Gangwon Province, Mayor of Cho In-moo of Yanggu County, as well as others of this county, and especially my thanks goes to Secretary General David Beasley of World Food Program for his special message, and those that are with us in wishing the peace on Korean Peninsula and DMZ. Thank you for your interest and support. I would also like to thank the chair of our main session, President Go Yoo-an of the Korea Institute of National Unification, as well as other presenters, the discussants, and participants for your interest and support. Especially we have former Minister Kim Yeon-chul of Unification who's joining us online from Seoul, and others. Thank you very much. From this year, this forum will be held rotationally from various areas around, that's near DMZ, and the first venue has been chosen as Yanggu County, which is very meaningful. It has a very beautiful environment and is close to the borderlines, and once we have more exchange between North and South Korea, I believe this region will play important role. And I believe the Yanggu County is also preparing for resumption of tourism to North Korea and other possible cooperation efforts. I hope that through this forum we can learn more about DMZ. And as a part of that event, we had DMZ Unification Walkathon Trail yesterday, and I think by actually visiting the area we will gain more understanding. And Duta Valley Punch Bowl in the DMZ, as well as the National DMZ Native Botanic Garden, where the nature is preserved in this pristine status, is by itself ecology museum. I hope that it has helped us as well, this forum, to gain more understanding about the life and peace that is taking birth in the DMZ. As you know, DMZ is a physical buffer area born 70 years ago, and although they say it's a demilitarized zone, It's where the military power of two Koreas are concentrating, and it's become one of the actually dangerous area in Korean Peninsula. DMZ, that is cutting across the Korean Peninsula, had stayed very lonely, sleeping for 70 years without anybody touching this area. But the activities for the peace started in 2018 when we had the Panmunjom Declaration as well as the military agreement of September. And this for DMZ to become a peace zone, we need to go beyond just becoming a physical buffer area and actually serve as a role to settle peace in Korean Peninsula. Of course, we have a lot to do. We have to remove the mines and also remains jointly between two Koreas. So we are just taking the first step. But if we leverage its uniqueness of being the border area between two Koreas, I think possibility for cooperation will be endless in the natural disaster response, common water system usage, and health and medical care. I believe that it can become an active space, the hub of exchange, going beyond just a passive area of preventing physical clash. So then we can have a new dream for DMZ. Same for the Han River estuary and basin. It has been up to now been blocked for the private citizens from entering, although it doesn't have had the military demarcation line. But as it's a neutral area of a river where we have more free flow of ships, and we could also use that for ecotourism and further to cooperate in the fishery areas and other areas. As you know, the theme of this forum is peace establishment in the DMZ in the area of climate change. Climate change was not a topic that has been actively discussed between North and South Korea, but it has become a very important factor in our daily lives that can no longer be ignored. As COVID-19 drastically changed our daily lives, I am certain that climate change in another level would gradually but surely change the way we live, and climate change goes beyond borders and ideology. And as the same people living in Korean Peninsula, we need to join hands to respond together. Drought, flood, deforestation, and other new types of disasters that result from climate change requires joint response. Otherwise, we cannot overcome them. So the future of the economic cooperation between two Koreas needs to focus on carbon net zero and Green New Deal for the Korean Peninsula, and also restore the forest ecology and cooperate in the new renewable energies, especially for DMZ as the lungs of Korean Peninsula, could serve as a new role as observant of carbons in the era of climate change. I hope that we can create good foundation where we can have peaceful and close cooperation between two Koreas. Ladies and gentlemen, today's international forum, I hope, can be a venue for discussing various possibilities and a vision for the future of inter-Korean cooperation in the area of DMZ. And I hope that we can pool our wisdoms and the results of the discussion together. And that, of course, will be adopted through the Peace Declaration in Yangon for DMZ in 2021. And despite various challenges we face, the declaration will express our strong will to turn DMZ into a peace zone. And I hope that today's becomes a good, solid foundation toward our steps in bringing peace to Korean Peninsula. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice Minister. As you have just said, I hope the DMZ can be a center for inter-Korean exchanges and cooperation. Please give another big round of applause for him. Next, I'd like to invite Mr. Choi Bok-soo, the Vice Governor of the Gangwon Province, for his welcoming remarks. Good morning. My name is Choi Bok-soo, the Vice Governor of the Gangwon Province. I'd like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the 2021 DMZ Global Forum. I'm very pleased that this forum is being held in Yanggu, Gangwon Province, which is located at the very center of the Korean Peninsula and known for Dutaeong Valley's pristine natural environment and Haean Basin. I'd like to express my gratitude to Vice Minister Choi Young-jun of the Ministry of Unification for his passion and efforts in organizing this platform. Moreover, I'd like to also thank and welcome the experts and activists from home and abroad who are participating online and offline together with the people of Gangwon Province. Although the battles stopped in 1953, the DMZ has remained a symbol of division and confrontation until today. In particular, Gangwon Province has experienced the fiercest tension and severest anguish amid its status as the only divided province in the world. In response, our province declared the border area, which has been marginalized through diverse regulations and forms of control over the past 7 years, as a region of peace, and is making efforts to vitalize it through improving military regulations, building infrastructure, revitalizing the economy in the region of peace, and developing DMZ tourist resources. Moreover, we are establishing the foundation for peace associate programs, including connecting the Donghae Line Railroad and opening the Sokcho-Wonsan Sea Route, and pursuing diverse mutually beneficial inter-Korean exchanges and cooperation programs, including co-hosting the 2024 Gangwon Winter Youth Olympics by the two Koreas and establishing the Special Peace Economic Zone in the mid to long term. In particular, just as we drove the peace process on the Korean Peninsula forward, including through the Inter-Korean Summit, the Panmunjom Declaration for Peace, Prosperity, and Reunification, and the September 19th Comprehensive Military Agreement, based on the momentum of the Pyeongchang 2018 Olympic Winter Games that was successfully hosted by the people of the province and the whole country in 2018, will once again spread the atmosphere of inter-Korean peace starting from Gangwon Province. The future Gangwon Province seeks is a future of peace and prosperity. The role of Gangwon Province in ensuring peace will continue, and I believe that such efforts will serve as stepping stones toward peace and harmony amid the tense inter-Korean relations. The DMZ is a land of historical sadness. However, so that it can be transformed into a land of hope, I'd like to ask the experts and participants who are here for the forum to share your wisdom and insights for peace on the Korean Peninsula, so that the two Koreas can once again hold hands in the DMZ. Once again, I'd like to extend my gratitude to the leading experts from home and abroad who are here for this forum. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Governor, for the warm remarks of welcome. Let's thank him again with warm round of applause. Next, let me invite Mayor Cho In-mook of Yanggu County for his welcoming address. Please welcome him with warm round of applause. From Yanggu County, I hope that peace starts and that declaration is actually put into execution starting from me. Let me first extend my welcome to everyone for joining us for this 2021 Global DMZ Forum. And this is being held at the center of Korean Peninsula, the treasure trove of DMZ in Yanggu County. And I find this very meaningful. And again, my warmest welcome to all of you joining us both online and offline. The DMZ Global Forum, which was initiated in 2018, has remained the only government-level platform for significant discussion on the future of DMZ and inter-Korean border area. It was decided that the 10 member cities and counties of the Council of Mayors and Governors of the inter-Korean border area would take turns hosting this event from this year. So I'd like to thank the Minister of Unification, Lee In-young, as well as our Vice Minister for Choi Young-jun for allowing this. And again, this border area will be declared as the area for harmony and cooperation, and that would have been possible be it not from the active support of our governor of Gangwon Province, Choi Moon-soon, and others from the Gangwon Province. Thank you very much. It will become the peace zone of harmony and prosperity. The inter-Korean border area was created with the establishment of the military demarcation line and the DMZ after the signing of Armistice Agreement in 1953. It has been considered one of the most volatile underdeveloped areas over the past years as the world's only existent legacy of the Cold War era. Despite its historic and ecological significance, it has been a reminder of the atrocity of Korean War and the location of accounted natural resources. It has long been marginalized and undervalued. However, its status is rising as this has become the where more than 5,000 species and endangered species are calling home and is recognized as the land of unlimited opportunities, icon of peace and coexistence. The DMZ and the inter-Korean border area are expected to bring a revolutionary change, advance peace on the Korean peninsula. The trail that you walked yesterday, the access has been blocked for more than 50 years, but it has been recently opened as a pristine eco trove of a Korean peninsula, and it's 39 kilometers away from Kumgang Mountains. And if we can have the national highways as well as the train line resume between two Koreas, it would mean that we could also construct new railway line up to North Korea, which would be 57 kilometers long, and this would be the part of the national transportation network necessary for promoting inter-Korean exchanges and balanced land development. Haean Village, which is location of the basin enduring called the Punch Bowl, is the northernmost village adjacent to the Armistice line. The nearby site of the fourth tunnel dug by the North Korea, minefields of the Korean War and the DMZ and mountain ridges dimly looming in the distance all signify the tragic division of the nation. However, this is why this village has emerged as an icon of the aspiration of reunification and peace building. Han Village also houses the DMZ Botanic Garden established in 2016, and the Botanical Garden aims to collect and preserve diverse plant resources of the DMZ, especially northern species and rare species that form the ecological east-west axis of the Korean peninsula, and to conduct research to restore forest ecosystems of the north after reunification. As global warming accelerates and shifts agro-climate zones northward, our county at the northernmost point of Gangwon-do is now being spotlighted as an ideal site for the cultivation of diverse crop and fruit, including apples and ginseng. Once inter-Korean relations take a positive turn, we'll be able to closely cooperate with agricultural local authorities of the North for exchanges of cultivation techniques and related experts and overcome the current obstacles posed by the bear of DMZ. All participants, Vice Minister of Unification, Vice Governor of Gangwon Province, Secretary General Beasley of WFP, and other presenters, lecturers, discussants. I hope through your in-depth discussion today, we will bring peace in this area quicker than we anticipated. I would like to conclude by wishing you all good health and happiness. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your remarks. I really hope that Yangon can be the starting point of peace of the entire Korean Peninsula. Next, we'd like to listen to the keynote speech of Executive Director David Beasley of the UN Food Program. Due to the pandemic, he has shared a video. So for those of you who listen to interpretation.
Minister Lee, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for inviting me to address the 2021 DMZ Global Forum. It truly is a pleasure to take part in this extremely important conversation that you're having today. We at the World Food Program know from our work that where peace exists, fewer children go hungry. But we also know tragically where there is hunger, peace can often be hard to find. And for those of you who are not familiar with our work, the World Food Program, we're the world's largest humanitarian agency working to end global hunger all over the world, as you can imagine. A major operation. Last year, for example, alone, we reached over 115 million people in over 80 countries with food assistance. Had we not done that, you would have had true starvation and destabilization and mass migration. And that's the World Food Program, because we exist to serve vulnerable communities in need wherever they may be. Last year, we were truly honored and humbled to be awarded the 2020 Nobel Peace Prize in recognition of our efforts to bring peace to a troubled world. In fact, it was clear that the Nobel Peace Prize Committee was sending two messages. Number one, thank you to the women and men who put their lives on the line every day to help save lives and bring stability to nations. But it was also, number two, a wake-up call of what we were going to be facing the months and the years ahead because of the COVID, a ripple effect on top of climate change and conflict. At the World Food Program, we have a long history of partnership and cooperation with the peoples of the Korean Peninsula. For many years, we have worked with the governments of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the Republic of Korea to ensure that every single child, no matter where he or she lives, has healthy, nutritious food to eat. WFP, we have been present in DPRK, for example, since 1995. We provide nutritious foods for mothers and children under the age of 12, which are distributed to kindergartens, schools, orphanages, and hospitals across the country. The WFP program is a partnership with the government of DPRK and provides vitamins, protein to children at the most critical time of their lives. The citizens of DPRK, like people across the world, face a growing threat from food crises caused by droughts, floods, tropical cyclones. WFP and the wider humanitarian community in DPRK, we stand ready to respond to these sudden emergencies whenever, wherever they occur. But a successful program to improve food security in DPRK critically depends on international cooperation. In 2020, droughts and floods affected crop yields in DPRK and impacted food security, as you can imagine. This highlights the importance of programs which build community defenses against extreme weather and help protect the people against hunger. They are as vital in DPRK as they are in any nations around the world. Our changing climate is a global challenge, which means we all have to come together and work together to find common solutions. We must all collaborate to address the causes of hunger, whether it is caused by conflict or our climate, so that together we can build a more peaceful world. I'm grateful to the government of the Republic of Korea for its efforts to build peace and support sustainable development across the peninsula. Your nation's own story, going from aid recipient to aid donor in a generation, is inspirational for the whole world to see as a role model. It proves that with commitment and hard work, eradicating hunger is achievable. It is a tremendous example of everything that we work to achieve at WFP. Thank you. Every single one of us can contribute to this life-saving mission and help to keep and build a brighter future for the children of Korea and beyond. If we work together in partnership, I am hopeful we will one day achieve our dream of a more peaceful, more resilient world where everyone has the food they need, not just to survive, but to thrive. Thank you.